listeners. I'm Ethan Fedita. You're watching HuffPost Entertainment on HuffPost Live. I'm here with Krewella, the sister duo.
Hey!
Say hi.
Hello.
Jahan and Yasmin Youssef out of Chicago.
Yes,
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks
Thank
for
you for
having us.
having us.
I know it's
Hi,
been
Facebook.
Yes, hi Facebook. Definitely hi Facebook. We love Facebook. I know it's been a whirlwind of a few days coming to New York. You have an EP due out very soon. You have a tour coming up. What have these few days been like for you?
When we're in New York, it's kind of like bam, 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 nonstop. If we have any little bit of time, we try to get like some good food while we're here.
Food.
We didn't get to go to Katz's this time, but we got pizza. The best pizza is usually like the 99-cent
Yes.
dive bar pizza.
Of course.
But you're our last stop, and then we hop on our flight.
Well, thanks for coming
Yeah,
by.
thank you for having us.
We when I last spoke with you guys, we were at Ultra 2015.
A year and
Wow.
change ago.
It feels like
That's
so much longer.
crazy.
It feels like so much
Wow.
longer.
Oh my
For me,
God.
I can't imagine what it's
Yeah.
like for you guys. Just sort of to touch base on what we talked about there. The piece we titled when we published it was "Krewella Ready to Challenge EDM's Male Dominance." Really talking about how you're empowering women through music in a very sort of male-oriented sort of scene. How has that, how has your, experience being sort of this platform for women evolved in the last few years?
It's funny to talk about this because something recent happened to us with something close to us with shooting a music video and about what we were wearing, and it's interesting to look at how we can still try and be as empowering as we want to be. We empower each other. We try and empower not only females but males around us, and sometimes there are still hitches, obviously, with what we're supposed to be wearing, what we're supposed to be saying, how we're supposed to look, etc. But it's nice to know that we have so many people supporting us that if we ever wanted to say, no, I want to look this way, I feel comfortable this way, I can't be told what to look like or what to sound like. I love knowing that we have an amazing team behind us saying that's perfectly okay. We have each other. Like, if I ever have an issue, Jahan tells me her perspective on it, and we are each other's shoulder to lean on and everything to each other. So it's nice to have that.
I think what's so empowering about being some of the only females on a lineup full of males, like you said, in a male-dominated scene, is that there are no rules, written rules for women in electronic dance music or in the music industry in general, so we're writing our own. And that in itself is incredibly liberating, that we don't have to abide by any sort of expectations or rules, or we don't have to fit into a mold in this music industry. And I feel like a lot of women who are pursuing music or entertainment feel like they're, it's obligatory to sexualize yourself. And by all means, I think it's important to embrace your sexuality and to have a sense of self. And I'm still learning how to balance the two of embracing my femininity and also stand for so much more. So I think it's a challenge women face, but we see it as an exciting challenge, and that's something that's thrilling for us and liberating at the same time, and it's in the process allowed us to give less fucks.
Sure. Already Facebook comments pouring in. Moro says he loves you. Paige, I love their music so much. So this is sort of what you go back to, talking about the crew, your crew, your fans. What makes this so worthwhile? Crew's alive and well on Facebook.
Yes.
Thank you for reporting on behalf of
Yeah.
No, we have incredible fans, and it's so cool to see how after us kind of being, I feel like we're living under a rock for the past couple of years working on music, how our fans have stuck around, like our really hardcore fans, and some of them kind of, go in a different direction and come back around when you release a new body of work. But it's reassuring to know that our fan base is solid, like they're our rock.
So, a few weeks ago, you put out a really incredible emotional video. As a fan, as a music lover, and just knowing sort of what you guys have been through, just that video was incredibly powerful.
Thank you.
Obviously this EP feels like, in listening to it, the energy behind it feels like this is a sort of a springboard forward. You've been through all this, and now we're focusing on sort of a new identity of Krewella. We're focusing on just launching forward into 2016. Is that sort of the vibe you're going for?
Yeah, with the EP, we addressed a lot of stuff that has happened to us that we needed to almost find closure between the two of ourselves, because I don't know if we're ever going to get closure with what actually happened. So we needed to figure out a way between just the two of us how we can put it behind us, and it was through writing music. And we had to write hundreds of songs to feel like we were finally tying the knot on everything. And maybe we'll never feel completely like that, but this feels so good to get off our chests. And these 6 songs that are coming out on Friday, by the way, Ammunition EP is coming out Friday, a little drop there. But yeah, it's like a load off our chest, and now you're right, we get to spring forward, we get to only look forward, and it's an amazing feeling.
When we were at Ultra, I saw your set. The energy is always fantastic, but
Thank you.
I saw a lot of artists that weekend, and the energy of the crowd for your set was remarkable. Specifically, I wanted to point out the song "Somewhere to Run." In my sort of interpretation of what you guys have been doing through your music, that felt like sort of the beginning of sort of your bringing out of the punk rock elements of music, sort of moving from just sort of being in this sort of EDM bubble to incorporating punk rock and rock and all these different elements. You told us when we were there that you're trying to go back to the roots. You're citing all the artists you love, Daft Punk, Justice, all these others that you're trying to drawing inspiration from, and it's definitely eminent in Ammunition, dropping May 20th. So and moving even further forward, your Sweatbox Tour coming up. A lot of those venues are rock venues. Those aren't dance club venues.
So like punk rock,
right, exactly.
tiny, grimy.
Right.
There's a pub we're playing. It's gonna be nuts. Yes.
I mean, these venues really remind me of shows that I used to go to when I was younger in Chicago, and I think that's what's so thrilling for us, because we're really scaling back and taking it back to our core crew, and we know that every single person that's in that venue is a hardcore fan. They're probably going to be singing every single lyric, and you can never experience the first time again. So I feel like we are lucky in this situation to almost experience what it's like to be a brand new artist again and touring for the first time. And we might never get the opportunity to play such small venues and intimate venues where we can literally touch our fans and hold their hands and jump in the crowd. And the walls are literally, like, I just remember walls dripping at some of these first venues that we were playing, and you could like touch the inside of the
ceiling
wall.
dripping.
And I like crave that feeling so much.
Hence Sweatbox.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, it makes sense now.
We just played at V-Files, which is a clothing store. Cutler was like 2 months ago in New York City. And we cleared out all the racks and just DJ'd inside. And by the end of the party, the windows were steaming.
Oh my God.
Dancing all
It was
the whole
Yeah,
time.
and it's just amazing that like bodies can do that.
Dave from Facebook asked, with sort of this new influence, what are some of your favorite punk bands, hardcore bands, favorite bands, past and present, and then bands that you hope to collaborate?
Oh gosh,
Let's
I mean,
go for the
it's a loaded
past
question.
first.
Yeah.
bands we both, because we have similar tastes, we also have like different tastes as well. Bands we both were raised on, so like Incubus, System of a Down,
The Cure.
The Cure, ABBA. As far as like pop, amazing, beautiful female vocals, we love ABBA, and male vocals too.
That Swedish pop, man.
I think that's what made us really fall in love with melody. When I think about ABBA and just like gorgeous, catchy hooks.
And harmonies, like
Yeah.
the harmonies that will melt to your soul. The ABBA got it covered. Present-wise,
Or dance. Let's start with like our first
Okay.
intro to dance.
like you said, Justice was huge for us.
The Faints.
The Faint.
Big fans of the Faint.
Daft
Cut
Punk,
Copy.
Mastercraft.
Yep.
Who else? You said Cut Copy, yes.
Yeah. When we
Oh,
first
man.
started getting introduced to dance music, it was, I would say there were like bands who were performing dance music.
Yeah.
When I think of Cut Copy, they perform as a band, but they make, technically it's dance music. And that's what our performance is going to be like when you go on the Sweatbox Tour. If you happen to come with, you're invited. You can just hop on tour with us.
Oh my God, I would love
But we're
that.
playing with our band, and you saw that at Ultra too. Our drummer, and who's playing with Sum 41 now, which is another band we were raised on.
Hell yeah.
It's weird. Everything has come full circle. And we'll have a guitarist on tour, and then we'll be playing after parties, which are our DJ shows.
It's amazing. For all our viewers just joining us, I'm sitting down with Krewella, the amazing sister duo. They have a new EP coming out May 20th, Ammunition, and we're also talking about their upcoming fall tour, Sweatbox. Going sort of a little bit deeper into the EP, you start with a track Beggars, and it feels incredibly like sort of cathartic that you've sort of it's a little heavy, but it seems like really focused, really on point, and you know, has a sort of cathartic feeling as a listener.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad it makes you feel that way.
I love hearing the word cathartic because we throw that word around all the time about writing music, about performing,
listening.
I mean, when you can write something that makes someone else feel cathartic, I'm like, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank God.
That's all I can ask for. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I think the rest of it, as we sort of mentioned, this sort of the energy behind it. It's, you know, it seems like it's filled with excitement. It seems like it's filled with promise. I mean, I'm sitting at my desk at work. I can't help. I have a standing desk. Raise my desk up. I start dancing. In the newsroom.
Shit!
Standing desk. Yes. Do you feel more energetic after like
I
standing
do.
at a desk?
That, and then I'm listening to your music. I have to dance. I have to move around. I have to do something.
Yeah.
And it's only 6 tracks, so it's.
There's more coming though.
Good.
You probably look
after
really
the EP
strange
is done.
standing
Oh,
there
I mean,
working.
I have my headphones in. I'm just bopping away on my desk.
I love it.
No, so Ammunition, 6 tracks. What else do we have to look forward to?
We have definitely other songs coming out after the EP. There's one coming out quite soon after the EP. I can't really say anything more than that, right? Can't really say anything more than that? Okay.
It'll just slowly unravel. And you'll just find out.
We have music videos coming. We have a merch line coming. We have so much content coming. So, I mean, it's all going to be posted on our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all of that. So, just stay tuned.
2016 is going to be a big year.
We've talked about our managers over there. We have a tour.
Oh, they have a tour coming up.
Yes, as we talked about, we've got that tour in the fall.
This is pretty much like everything that's about to happen is everything we've been planning, and it's so exciting to finally see it live and turn to reality because we've been talking about it and listening to the demos amongst ourselves and within our team, like in the privacy of our own home, we hear that what we want the world to hear, and it's crazy to think that in 2 days thousands and thousands of fans will have access to that, and it's this weird feeling where there's something that's so private and personal to you and vulnerable is just kind of like shattered and explodes on the world. It's like it's a strange.
It's like sending your child to school for the first time, and you're like in the car in your mom minivan, and you're like letting them out and watching them walk into the front doors. It's kind of like that.
But no,
really
we're
scary,
gonna be like,
but
you're gonna
so
fucking kill it,
exciting.
son.
You're gonna
or
say that
Chica,
to your
whatever, yeah.
4-year-old child.
That's what we're saying to our baby.
Parenting skills, learn them here,
Yep.
right here.
I'd rather have my child learn the word fuck from me.
Fair.
You know?
I mean, come to our Facebook live stream for parenting advice. With Krewella.
Please don't listen to me. Parenting instructions.
By the way, she's not a mom, so she has no idea what she's saying. We're dog moms, so we teach our dogs.
And we have great parents, so I guess we learn from them too.
Yeah.
Some more comments from Facebook. Some more questions. We have a viewer, Michelle from Qatar. We have Alexandra wants to know who are some of your non-musical influences, like women you look up to or just individuals you look up to in general.
I'm a big fan of Molly Crabapple. I actually discovered her on Instagram. She's an incredible artist, and from there, this is why Instagram is so cool, because it pushed me to like explore more about her, and I looked her up online, and I'm reading her book right now. It's called Drawing Blood, and she's very involved in politics and speaking out, and she's an amazing painter as well, so you should check out her work.
Another author, you said author, and I'm thinking about one of the most recent books I've read by this author named Caitlin Moran. She's from the UK. She's this hilarious comedic writer, feminist, superwoman. I don't know how else to describe her, but she seems like superwoman to me, and she's a fantastic writer. I even think if I was a man, I would be highly entertained by her writing. Even though she comments a lot on female issues, she's just so fucking funny. I'm sitting there on the plane laughing out loud, and the person next to me is like, okay. But she's amazing.
Maybe there's a Krewella book club in the works.
We've talked about it. We've talked about it.
We have many hours on the plane.
Yes.
So we have a lot of time to read books.
Lots of time to read.
Oh yeah.
Lots of time to read. Well, I know we have to get you out of here. Just about,
We can miss our flights if you.
You have a flight coming up. I mean,
We'll just blame it on the crew.
Fair. No, it's. I mean, from my perspective, it's so awesome that this is one of your last stops, and then sort of the next thing that happens is this whole whirlwind of whatever is about to happen. The EP drops in just this whole whirlwind of 2016. Are you ready?
Hell
yeah, we're gonna be in the studio when it happens, which is the crazy thing. Like we're literally getting back home and going straight to the studio, and that's what it feels weird. It feels like you're living a double life sometimes because you release this music, thousands of fans are tuning in. Like we just did a Facebook stream while we were getting tattoos, and apparently we had 17,000 fans that tuned in. So like the music will come out, and at the same time as that happening, we're probably going to be in a session working on the next project.
Working on music. So when we
Yeah.
ended working on Ammunition, we never ended working on music technically. We just continued, and it all goes on to the next project.
Right.
It's like a rollover system. Any songs that aren't making it on Ammunition, they'll roll over or be scrapped, and we'll write more. So it's just a continual process.
We got another question in from Barrett, who wants to know what made you want to sing live while mixing.
I feel like we had this burning desire to. Like
From the
when we-
beginning.
From the beginning,
Yeah.
we kept, you know, we would be DJing and we kept wanting to grab the mic and just like go up to the crowd and perform and sing the songs with them. And it's, if anything, it was an exciting challenge for us to figure out how to coordinate with each other. Like, hey, you know, like I'm gonna mix this song. You've got to run up to the front and sing the vocals.
Sometimes you gotta mix and sing at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna happen like that.
But like people play instruments and sing at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's why we see that as like our instrument in that way. And it's cool. Like we're always evolving as artists. It's in our nature to continue challenging ourselves and to keep pushing the boundaries. So and that's why we incorporated, you know, a drummer and guitarist. So we're gonna keep doing that as our life unfolds.
And we come from live music. I mean, that's all the music we grew up on. I can't say I ever grew up on a DJ. I grew up going to go see live bands. And the feeling it gave me, I wanted to help us be able to do that and give that to people. Because in a very DJ-centric industry, I think that there's always a little more you can give. And I love that we keep evolving and taking those next steps. It keeps our careers exciting as fuck. Hopefully it keeps the fans excited and the people in the crowd. So, yeah.
You know, as we wrap, any last words for the crew?
Ammunition EP out in 2 days. You've probably heard that so much by now.
We're just really
this
fucking
Friday.
excited.
Sweatbox Tour in the fall. I think that's probably sold out now at this point, but we'll have after parties.
There's still going to be tickets available even after this request period ends. Don't you guys worry. And
thank you so
Yeah.
much for the support. You guys have been amazing to us and following our journey and telling our story with us too.
And however you listen to the Ammunition EP on Friday, just listen to it however you can. Whether that means streaming,
Or
buying,
get it.
just somehow, you know, find it on the internet and listen. And I hope you guys like it because we had so much fun creating it.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
This has been HuffPost Entertainment on Facebook Live with Krewella.